Hi, it's Mickey Dead here. This is for you if you're a parent and you've ever looked at your son and wondered, where the heck did my boy go? As he approaches adolescence, everything seems to speed up. There are mood swings, slamming doors, and you feel panicked at times perhaps, but that's not just stress, it's urgency. You sense in your belly that something big is coming, and you might not feel that you're ready for it. So I want to share 3 ideas that can make a difference to your son, to you, and how you experience this time in the life of your family. These ideas are urgency, trust, and initiation. So first, trust. Adolescence can come out of nowhere. Your boy is gone, his hormones change, his brain rewires, and he's constantly testing limits. He's pulling away, experimenting with his identity, and it can look like rebellion or disconnection, and it's definitely risk-taking. And the urgency you might feel is partly because you sense that your influence is shrinking, or you worry about his peers, about screens, about school and grades, about drugs, alcohol, and his ability to cope with all of that. And you feel at the same time the time is slipping away. Your little boy is disappearing, and you don't know yet who's taking his place. So, consider that your sense of urgency is a signal that a threshold is approaching. Something is shifting in your son's life and in your relationship to him. This is where trust comes in. You may respond to your sense of urgency and fear with more control. That means more rules, more supervision, perhaps apps you use to monitor wherever he goes, more lecturing. But that kind of increased control coupled with a lack of trust between you is going to push him further and further away. He'll become more and more silent, and you'll become strangers to one another. And what he needs as he approaches adolescence is your trust. What he needs is to know that you see him changing, and despite what you see and your worries and your sense of urgency, you believe in him. Deciding on that kind of trust turns your urgency into a shared possibility. When you trust your boy to make mistakes, his own mistakes, and learn from the consequences, those mistakes become lessons that he learns from instead of senseless pain. And when he feels your trust, he's much more likely to open up to you. He's more likely to ask for your help and to help out at home as well. So trust makes conversations possible instead of just more conflicts, more tension, and misunderstandings. Deciding to trust your boy in that way will give your sense of urgency a direction. I'm going to turn away from the chainsaw here. Because it's only recently that we come to adolescence as something that just happens. Not that long ago, we knew that it was a life stage, and we knew that that life stage is marked by orchestrated challenges, by rupture, and guidance from adults other than the parents. So community got together to offer boys a structured passage from the early years, from childhood to becoming a young man. And we lost a lot of that, of course. But the need for direction and for structure at that stage of life remains. So there's a possibility then to recognize that your son is entering a new life stage, not just acting out, not just being a problem, there's a chance to invite others to hold him, to guide him through a rite of passage, so he can be recognized for his gifts, for his growing capacities, and be given a place in the community where he enjoys more responsibilities and more freedom and respect. And you can be a steady adult who walks beside him through this, not behind him with a checklist monitoring his every step and correcting his missteps. So initiation turns the chaos of adolescence into a structured journey. It says, yep, this is a hard time for you, it's a hard time for all of us, but it's also meaningful. And you're not alone. So your sense of urgency flags that something important and something unknown is underway. And when you decide to trust your son, he feels less micromanaged, more seen and accepted and respected. And through the process of what I've come to call grassroots initiation, engaging local people, your wider community, the wind is chasing me away, inviting them to share a structured way to move through the change in a way that deepens his soul and his sense of belonging. And that's the heart of it. Urgency is a call for structure. Trust is needed to engage with it. And initiation is the journey that takes you to the other side. So the question isn't, how do I stop this from happening? But how do I transform alongside my son? You can do that by recognizing the urgency instead of ignoring it or fighting it or thinking it's a problem. You can decide to trust in specific, concrete ways and engage others in a structured process of initiation. So if this video, this message resonates with you, please subscribe. And if you know other parents in your situation, I'd be really glad for you to share that with them. Maybe they're sitting there wondering, where the heck did my boy go? And these 3 ideas, urgency, trust, and initiation, might help them as well. Thank you.